What is going on, my boxing family? It is your boy Martin, aka the Boxing Purist. Welcome to the Truth and Absolute channel, where I speak the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me, good God Almighty. This is your first time stopping through. Y'all remember what to do, man. Hit me with that 3-piece. Like, subscribe, share the video. Now let's get right into this one. So we are a day before the fight between Tank Davis and Lamont Roach tomorrow in, what is it going to be, at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. Okay, so this fight, a lot of people are waiting for it. A lot of people are just kind of fed up with the idea of the level of opposition presented to Tank Davis. Nonetheless, it's a boxing event, man. We got to give it attention. This is the sport. We don't always get the fights that we want. That's just the name of the game. You got to keep it consistent all the way. However, one place where it's not kept consistent, and I'm yet to figure out why, right? Is the way that the media and some boxing analysts cover some fighters, but they don't cover others. How they lower the standards for some and call them great, and they hire it for some at a level that's unreachable, really, and like to pick at them. Now, we've seen this over and over, especially over the last couple of years in boxing. Rather, the more that boxing becomes so involved with social media, the more that we tend to see this, right? And whatever, it's the name of the game. However, there's some fighters out there that the media will not say anything about, and they'll make excuse after excuse after excuse for them, as will some boxing analysts, as will some shows, whatever, content creators. But guess what? This is the Truth and Absolute channel, and if they're not going to do it, I'll do it. It's okay. You don't have to like what I say. So, yesterday, Tank Davis was being interviewed by a few different people. Now, once again, there's some things that he said that again, they don't sit right with me, man, because it's almost like he's looking in the mirror speaking to himself. One of those things that he said was they were talking about Keyshawn Davis to him, right? Now, Keyshawn Davis, he's still coming up, man. He's 11, 12 fights in, I believe, more or less, somewhere in that realm, right? He's showing a promising future. You know what I'm saying? The kid has power. The kid does what he does. He's going on the right path as of right now, all right? So we'll see what he does. It's too soon to call him great or anything like that. Let's keep it consistent. However, Tank Davis wants to come out and say that Top Rank knows exactly how to match their fighters. And he said, and y'all go look this up, this isn't coming from me. He said that they match their fighters up with guys who are undefeated, right? That the record looks good, but they fought nothing but trash. In that moment when it happened, I was at the gym when I was listening to this, and I just froze. I said, wait a minute, say what? The reason being, because a lot of y'all may not like this, but I know you saw it. There was I think it was either ESPN or Ring Magazine that shared, because they have to amplify this fight coming up on Saturday. They shared that between Tank's last 4 opponents, their record is 70-0, which means Tank took all of their O's. But now we got to look at the opposition. We got to look at the opposition, because he said Top Rank is great at matching them. I'm thinking, Tank, you've been carefully matched your whole career. Right? Plenty of people give you flowers off of your potential. They see what you could do and they're just in love with you. Good, great for you. But in reality, who are you talking to? When I think back and I look at Rolly Romero, Frank Martin, a drained Ryan Garcia, okay? When I look at just those fighters, I'm like, was Rolly anything special? Frank Martin, he was good, but was he at that level that Tank should be going to fight him? Ryan Garcia is really good, Mr. Left Hook Ryan Garcia, but it's not like we got the complete version of Ryan Garcia in that fight because he was so weight drained. Catch weight, rehydration clause, all of the above. So now he's fighting Lamont Roach, who I believe is undefeated, and I'm thinking to myself, bro, Keyshawn Davis is 12 fights in, 13 fights in. He's coming up barely. You are 30 fights in, and they're carefully matching you. So that throws me off, but I know some people could grab onto that, and they're like, yeah, and just excuse whatever level of opposition that Tank is facing, right? Now, at this point, I don't know what to think anymore. I don't understand why they cover up so much for Tank. I've said a million times before, a lot of y'all get sad. I think that Tank is really good. I've even said and felt how I think that he would do against the level of opposition that's out there of people he can't fight. Well, one of the names that Tank decided to throw out there was George Kambosos. If y'all don't remember George Kambosos because of certain losses he took, we also got to look at one's resume. See, a lot of times when we bring up someone's resume, sometimes people are just saying, look at the people that he's beaten on his resume. But in reality, you got to look at the resume in whole, because you win some, you lose some. Nonetheless, you dare to be great. When I look at George Kambosos and I see Devin Haney on there twice, I see Teofimo Lopez on there, I see Vasily Lomachenko on there, I'm thinking to myself, he beat Teo, he got in the ring with Devin twice, and he got in the ring with Lomachenko. None of the above, which Tank Davis has done. So I'm thinking, you're throwing his name out there, bro. But in reality, his name, his resume, is way louder than yours. Now, y'all can come and debate that all you want. Jump in the comment section. I'm happy to do so. But someone has to convince me, why is it that Tank gets a pass? With the reporters, with every single thing that he does. He's carefully matched inside that ring, and he's carefully matched with who he's going to do interviews with, which questions he's going to answer. And I love how he could go up in there and say, oh, I just want to be a better version of me. I want to be a better dad. I want to be this and that, so I'm going to step away from the game. That sounds all good and lovely. That sounds really, really good. And I'm happy if he wants to do that. But let's stop. Let's stop with calling him the face of boxing, the cash cow. Tank is this great. Tank is that great. Bro, absolutely not. Listen, I'm 6'5". I could go to any middle school right now and dominate any kid on the basketball court. I'm assuming I'm a little bit older now, right? I could do that. They might say, look at his fadeaway. Look how he posts up. Look at his handles. Look how he rebounds. Okay, against people like that, small children, I'm supposed to look that way. What happens when I get up into the LA fitness gym? What happens when I'm playing against dudes that are my size? Okay, that are actually grown men? Then what happens? Okay, now we start seeing if the same attributes that I brought to middle school go and they develop into actually playing against grown men. I don't know why the media is silent when it comes to this, okay? I have no idea. Then he goes off to this Turkish Al-Sheikh, and I say it, I'm not a huge fan of Turkish Al-Sheikh myself. God bless him. I don't wish no bad against none of them, but nonetheless, right now, he's in the sport. We got to live with it, right? My thing is, Turkish Al-Sheikh, Tank Davis could work with Turkish Al-Sheikh. The problem is, he's not going to go over there with Turkish Al-Sheikh and be carefully matched. That's not going to happen. That is not going to happen, okay? It's funny that he started talking all that after he was not invited to the whole Ring Magazine event. Listen, y'all, I'm going live tonight. If you saw this video, we may be on this topic. I really want to get to know those. See, there's Tank fans, and then there's, as Showbiz calls it, Tank fanboys, which ride or die for Tank no matter how he moves. They'll jump in the front line and say, yeah, he don't care about the money. He don't care about none of that, and still call him legendary and great. Okay, so I am going live tonight, 8 p.m. unless it changes, but that is the plan. So make sure that you guys are there. Make sure that you guys share it. Make sure that you guys all do all of that. We're going to speak about the fight coming up tomorrow and Tank's career as a whole. Much love to y'all. God bless y'all. I'll speak to y'all soon. Peace.